probably no other here in Richland for a football game, Jim. This is our first football game that we've done on 97.3 ESPN out here. It shows you where this football program is going.
Well, that's exactly why they brought in Mark Reardon and then brought Charlie Roman from Holy Spirit, who was the head coach there and doing such a terrific job. He came here as an offensive coordinator. So they're looking for big things from the Hermits. But Paul Sacco has been turning out big things for St. Joe's for a lot of years.
Jonathan Riker will kick off to start the game tonight for St. Joe's in all white with silver helmets. St. Augustine in all blue helmets. They will go left to right when we start this off, and Riker swings his right leg through the football, and it takes a bounce at around the 15-yard line. It's picked up at around the 9, and circling all the way back is Brown and Outlaw with no place to go, and the Hermits with a tough start field position-wise.
Well, I don't know what the logic was. They had their receivers, Morgado, very, very deep on the play, and he tried to scoop it on the bounce. Not an easy situation. You're always better off fielding those plays in the air. I think it could have made a difference of 15 or 20 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 8 for the Hermits. They break the huddle. Actually, they come out without a huddle. Jose Tabora with an empty backfield is the quarterback, just a sophomore. Claps his hands, gets the snap, back to throw, fires, and completes his first attempt of the night at around the 15-yard line. Austin Francisco, their talented wide receiver.
Yeah, Mike, they're going to run a lot of read options. They spread the field a la Kelly of the Philadelphia Eagles. You'll see a lot of that. You'll see Harris doing virtually all the ball carrying for this team.
He's in the backfield off to the right of Tabora. Back to throw in a shotgun. He fires, and it is incomplete on the far sideline. Pavlik with the intended receiver for St. Augustine. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Pick up of 8 on that second down or that first down pass, and now a 3rd down and 2 as the receiver split to the near side, trips to the near side.
Boy, they obviously think they can throw the ball.
Tabora with an empty backfield, claps, waiting the snap. Now he's going to throw. He fires, and it is complete at the 21-yard line. A quick throw right there to Daniel Pavlik again, the sophomore tight end. A lot of young kids on this team.
And it's the same with St. Joe's. We're looking at 2 programs that are going to be good for quite a while. LaFaglio on the tackle. You'll hear his name a lot tonight.
1st and 10, ball at the 21. 11 minutes to play in the first quarter. Tabora in a shotgun. He's going to fake to Lamont Harris Jr. Plenty of time. Looking. Now he's pressured, and down he goes. And the ball's on the ground, and it looks like St. Augustine's going to pick it up as Tabora was sacked from the backside there. Justin Kennedy.
He's a big defensive lineman, does a terrific job. Holy Spirit, by and large, you'll see they operate pretty much out of a 4-man line, a 4-4-3 type of defense.
Shotgun formation, 5 wide receivers, 3 to the far side, 2 to the near side. Tabora with an empty backfield. He fires right into the slot, and it's Pavlik again who catches it, gets upfield, and crosses the 25 to the 26. With the roar you heard behind us, you would think there was a big play, but he really gained 6 yards.
And you have to be here at their park to realize they have a section reserved for their students, and they come to let them know they're here.
Well, they actually have done a new thing this year where they keep the students on campus the whole day. They don't actually they don't send buses out here to let them home because they encourage them to come to the game. You know their basketball fans are into the game. They've made that atmosphere here for football now.
Yeah, and going off and holding his shoulder is Dan Pavlik, who is a big part of this St. A's team.
3 receivers split to the near side as Pavlik, favoring his left shoulder, walks off the field. Tabora has Harris in the backfield. 1 receiver split to the far side. Back to throw. Tabora pumps. Now he's going to keep it himself, and he is going to go down. Runs right into middle linebacker on the play. Christian Snowden said hello.
Yes, a punting situation. So St. Joe's gave up a first down, but that quickly tightened up. 9:43 of the first quarter, and it's still 0-0. and the A's will punt.
4th and 5 on their own 26. Hermits punt. It's a high, long punt. Bounces short of the 30, out of bounds. It'll be St. Joe's football first, but a great punt. Don't forget, you can watch live video of tonight's game at our website, 97.3ESPN.com.
That was Salam Horn deep, Mike, and I'm telling you, he is a tremendous threat. So run something like 3 punts back this year already for touchdowns. So a great idea by St. A's, keeping the football away from him.
And he took the first play of the Atlantic City game last week. You saw him right around the right end in a similar spot, 67 yards for a touchdown. Can he duplicate it? Different offenses we're seeing here tonight, won't we? St. Joe's with Horn under center, and flags are flying.
Yeah, that was a little movement, a little anxious on the part of St. Joe's. You'll see them run 75%, pass 25%. And you'll hear the name LaFaglia an awful lot because he is a very strong runner up the middle.
Yeah, C.J. LaFragola, who transferred over here. Remember, he was the Holy Spirit quarterback and transferred in the middle of the season, and he's now a big fullback here, one of the big ball carriers for St. Joe's. Horn under center, he hands, and it's LaFragola carrying the football. So LaFragola and Horn create a tough tandem. How do you stop them?
Well, that time, obviously, they loaded the inside and did not move. They're kind of expecting that St. Joe's will set the trend by running LaFragola.
1 yard gain, 2nd down and 15 for St. Joe's. Ball at their own 28. It's Salam Horn, the quarterback, and he's going to hand it off and coming to the near side on a sweep to the 35, 40, 45, 50, and just like that, it's going to be Alam Horn in for a touchdown. And we just said it. He came right to this side.
You called it. That's exactly what happened against Atlantic City. An off-tackle play where they kick out the end. He turns the corner. He has such great speed that the defense feels that they have angles on him, but to no avail.
That is Alam Horn on the run, and he basically...
Right, Salam Horn handing off to Alam Horn for 87 yards.
So just like that, St. Joe's is on the board with 8:47 left to play here in the first quarter. 97.3 ESPN with live video coverage at 97.3ESPN.com. The kick is blocked, but there is flags flying.
But it's against St. Joe's, so that'll be refused. So the extra point is no good. St. Joe's on the board with 8:47 to go here in the first quarter, 6-0.
Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer here at St. Augustine for tonight's matchup between the Wildcats and the Hermits here on 97.3 ESPN. Don't forget, Tyler Donahue has halftime coverage coming up with scores from around the league. We'll get you all the scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, and we will also have postgame tonight from around the league where the NJSIA playoffs are now coming into focus. Who from the Cape Atlantic League are going to put themselves in better playoff position? Both these teams, Jim, obviously going to the playoffs.
Playoff bound, but the seeding is always up in the air, so every game is important coming down the home stretch. Let's see if St. A's kind of shortens up those D-backs, and it does look that way right now because Hughes is about 10 yards up from where he was on the first kickoff.
Riker's kick is taken at about the 10-yard line and crossing the 15 out to the 20-yard line. And that is where St. A's with Austin Francisco will start. By the way, on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Millville's on the board. A 59-yard touchdown from Armstead, and they lead 7-0 in their matchup tonight. Millville going to be a member of the Group 5 playoffs. 1st and 10 ball at the 21. The Hermits, their second offensive possession of the evening. With 8:42, they trail 6-0.
See if we see something on the ground.
They haven't run it yet. Tabora waiting. Back to throw. Looking over the middle, and it's complete to Nicholas Brown. Chad Penny, excuse me. The tight end who's in the game now for Pavlik.
And a nice target. He's 6'2", 219 pounds, so a big boy to look for in the middle.
Gain of 7 on the pass over the middle. 2nd and 3. Ball at the 28-yard line. 8:20 and counting. 6-0. St. Joe's leads it here on 97.3. DeBora with 4 wide split to the near side, 1 to the far side. Empty backfield. DeBora looks, goes with the bubble screen, and it is complete, but nowhere to go. Harris caught it. They had tried to get the blockers in front of him, but St. Joe's, I think, sniffed it out.
Yeah, and it was Salim Horn on a tackle. He's as quick on defense as he is on offense. So if you're going to run that bubble screen, you're going to have to make sure he's blocked.
3rd down and 3 for the Hermits. Ball at the 28-yard line. No gain on the play. They send Francisco in motion. DeBora with a man in the backfield. Now he's going to throw it, and he finds Harris in the backfield, who crosses the 30. He's going to get a first down out around the 35-yard line, and the Prep gets a first down to keep this drive alive.
And Harris already has 90 points this year, so he's a guy you got to keep your eye on if you're St. Joe's.
Yeah, he's a junior. He'll be back next year. Lamont Harris Jr. Ball at the 36, 1st and 10 for the Prep. They open up here with 3 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near. DeBora takes a look at the wristband, barks out the plays to his receivers. Empty backfield over a 4-man line. Back to throw. DeBora complete. A quick short pass. And right away, Baxter gets hit and goes right down, a gain of about 4. So it looks like they're content on taking the underneath short stuff.
I think you're exactly right. Instead of running the ball, they're throwing all these short passes, a lot of hitches, a lot of curls, just to get some movement.
5 receivers, 3 to the near side, double slot formation. DeBora empty backfield under 7 minutes. Throwing, pumping. Now he's going to take it himself. Crosses the 45 and goes down short of the 50. Right about around the first down. I believe he does get the first down.
And St. Joe's is operating out of a 4-man line, but that time they had both the tackles and the defensive ends very wide, kind of creating and opening up the middle on their own.
You got to make that decision quick. Am I going to take it or not? And he did a good job there, picking up a first down at the 48. Moving left to right, the Hermits in all blue. DeBora sends a man in motion to the far side, Harris, and he throws it over the middle. It is nearly picked off. Jumping in there was Cody Sampson, who's a playmaker on this team.
Absolutely, both offensive and defensively. But I'm telling you, the quarterback, DeBora, better not look right at that receiver because St. Joe's is very good defensively. He's going to have to look him off and then come back.
2nd and 10 at the 48. Harris in the backfield, 3 wides to the near side. DeBora stares over the St. Joe defense. Play action over the middle. Harris off his hands, and it's picked off. It's intercepted by Sampson. It's off the hands of Harris, and Sampson was there, as he always seems to be.
You're exactly right. And actually, that was a nice play. He was open and should have caught the ball, but he didn't, and St. Joe's takes advantage of it.
Looked like he tried to get his body turned before he was ready to catch that ball, and it just kind of went right out of his hands into Sampson's, who always seems to be in the right place at the right time. So with 6:34 to play, St. Joe's has run 3 plays but has a 6-0 lead, and St. Joe's on the move again. 1st and 10 at the 44. They hand it off to LaFragola. LaFragola off right tackle, short of the 50, picks up about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 4.
And what he does well is when he sees that he's through it so quick, and that's what happened then. He lowers those shoulders and grinds out 4 or 5 yards.
You know, he went from quarterback at Spirit to halfback kind of here, kind of a halfback-fullback hybrid here. Both teams like to run the football a lot, but he figured, I'll run it instead of hand it off. Horn hands off up the middle. Stout defense pushing LaFragola back at right around the 50-yard line.
Good defensive call on the part of St. A's. They shifted from a 4-man line to virtually a 6-man line and then just took every hole away.
So 3rd down and 4, ball at the 50, right at the mid-stripe. This is a big play for St. Augustine if they can cause a St. Joe's punt here. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer here on 97.3 ESPN. Don't forget live video at 97.3ESPN.com. Thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service in Ocean City. Standing right to my left with the video. Horn going to keep it himself. He fakes it. He gets out into some trouble and somehow got away out of it. And I think he got the first down and some. That should have been a loss on that play.
I agree wholeheartedly. He just outran people. He did run a little bit of an option play, but it really wasn't that well run, and he sprinted past the defensive end, who went a little bit on the fake, and then he turned the corner. And when he turns the corner, it's lights out.
1st and 10 on a, I wouldn't say broken play, but a play that looked like it was defended nicely. And Horn, boy, these two Horn kids use this speed like no others in the Cape Atlantic League that I've seen. They both have another burst when they hit the corner. Coming up on 5 minutes.
How many years have you heard that, though? You can't teach speed.
That's right. Coming up on 5 minutes, Horn hands and crossing the 45 up to, the 35 up to around the 33. Alam Horn, I should say. Salam, the quarterback. Alam, the running back.
And they have a multitude of running backs. You haven't seen them all yet, but you will in time because Paul Sacco uses them all.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Bridgeton, 16, Middle Township, nothing. Stephon Bowman with a touchdown run. We'll have scores and updates throughout the night here on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Here it's 6-0. St. Joe's in the lead with the football. 2nd and 5 at the 33. They pitch it to Horn. Horn with a stutter step. Crosses up around the 34-yard line. Bolts ahead for about 2. Sampson falls forward and gains about 1 or 2 on the play. So it's going to be a 3rd down and about 4. So another big play.
I'll tell you, that was well defensed, though, Mike. Both of the defenders were blocked, but they came off their blocks and made a tackle for very little gain. I could almost call it no gain at all.
So Sampson on the carry. 3rd down and 4 at the 32. So you would think they're in about 4-down territory here anyway.
I would think so. That's their mentality, Mike.
A Delaware wing tee look. Horn under center. Fakes to LaFergola. Hands it and nowhere to go. It looks like Alam Horn had the carry and he gained nothing there. So it's going to be 4th down now. 4th down and 4 at the 32.
And James Brady of St. A's came off his block and came down that line of scrimmage and made a very short tackle.
And this is where it's a big play because St. Augustine, you feel like you can get some momentum if you can get a stop here. If not, you almost feel like if you don't stop them, St. Joe's is bound to score.
But here's the feeling. If you're on defense, you're saying this has got to be a pass. But with St. Joe's, you just cannot predict that.
Horn under center. They fake. He's going to throw. Horn fires, and it's complete. Complete, and no, now they say he did not hold on to the football. Actually, no, they have it complete to Horn on the far side of the field.
Yeah, it was really well done. He ran a little square out to the left side, and Horn really put the ball on the money.
And how heartbreaking is that where you think you got him on 4th down and they throw the ball? So 1st and 10 at the 23. And Horn looks like he almost tripped as he hands the football off. Nowhere to go. Maybe a loss of 1. Or Dilly carried the ball. It almost looked like he kind of lost his footing when he went to hand that ball off.
But I'll tell you, take a look at that defense. They had 8 men in the box that time, so they're just defying the St. Joe's to throw the ball.
2nd and 11, a loss of 1 at the 24 for St. Joe's. 2:32 to play in the first quarter. 6-0 St. Joe's leads here on 97.3 ESPN in Richland. Horn under center. And he's going to throw again. Back to throw. He's pressured. And Harris with the blitz hit him and calls a quick throw, Jim. And it's incomplete. 2nd and 11.
It was supposed to be a screen pass to the left, but Harris got in there so quickly that when Horn turned around to throw the ball, Harris knocked him to the ground. He luckily got it away for an incomplete pass.
So 2nd and 11 now on a kind of a safety blitz there. Boy, they must have sniffed out a pass play or something on that one.
Well, they are crowding that line of scrimmage. They're taking the chance that they can get to him before he throws the ball.
2:15 to play in the first quarter. Chris Gabor split to the near side. LaFregola right behind the center. They pitch it to LaFregola. He bounces to the inside after being outside, and he hits around the 20-yard line. So he picks up 4 on the play, but not nearly enough for a first down.
But that's one of their favorite plays, either handing it off and running inside that defensive end or pitching it and have them kind of cut back into the hole.
So LaFregola picks up 4. It's fourth down. Do you expect to throw here?
Like I said before, you never can predict what St. Joe's is going to do. It's obviously a passing situation.
4th and 7. Ball at the 20. To throw. Horn. Pressured. He gets it into the flat to Horn. Crosses. He's short of the first down.
So the Hermits are very happy because they have, in their minds, they've stopped St. Joe's. So now they have to do something offensively and get a little better field position.
James Brady.
They've been playing out at their end.
James Brady made the stop for the Hermits. They've moved the ball, just not for big chunks of yards. They've got short little passes. That's been the extent of the offense. They haven't run it one time with Harris yet.
No, they haven't, and Harris is on the sidelines because, remember, he plays both ways, so he's getting a little bit of break.
Tabora with a 4-wide receiver set. They hand it right up the middle. Phillips out of bounds at around the 50. And Phillips, you mentioned Harris was out of the game, so
I think St. Joe's was thinking the same thing.
Freshman Casimir Phillips took it right up the middle.
And he doesn't run the ball a whole lot, but obviously when he does, he can be effective.
1st and 10 at the 49, so just short of the 50. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the near side. Tabor to throw, fires into the flat, and back into the game is Andrew Baxter making that catch. Pickup of about 4.
And all Baxter did was run down and run a little curl. Actually, 2 receivers did that, and Tabora just kind of looked at whomever was in the best shape and fired the ball in there.
2nd and 6, ball at the 47-yard line. Tabora. And he's going to hand off. And Harris sidesteps at the 40, at the 35, and he fumbled the football. The ball's on the ground, but it looks like the officials, what's the call? It looks like they're going to call him down right there.
And the reason
for calls the fumble.
Exactly. You know your rules, Michael. In high school ball, the ground cannot cause the fumble. So good call by the officials, and the Hermits have something going.
1st and 10, you're right. They're at their 34-yard line. They do have something going. They send Baxter in motion to the near side. And they fake to Harris. They roll to the near side. Going to keep it himself as Tabora crosses the 30 out of bounds. Jose Tabora.
It was just a one-man pass play to Baxter going down the sidelines, but he was so well covered, Tabora just headed up the field for a nice gain.
Ball at the 30-yard line on 2nd down and 6. 4 wide receivers, or 3 wide receivers, split to the far side of the field. And Harris in the backfield for Tabora. And now Harris comes in motion to the near side in the backfield. Tabora looks at Harris, he fakes it, and then throws it right into the middle of the line of scrimmage where big 75 Justin Kennedy, 6'4", was standing there.
Well, I tell you, he could have, if he was kind of thinking interception, he could have made an interception. The pass looked like it was made to him.
So Tabora, he kind of pump faked to the sideline where Harris was, and then when it looked like he thought someone was going to be in almost like a middle screen position. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and Harris in the backfield. Tabora looks to the far side, then hands it off up the middle to Harris, and Harris gains maybe 2. So it'll be at 4th down and about 4 here, Jim.
No doubt they're going for it, though.
We haven't seen much of Austin Francisco, their talented senior wide receiver, who's 6'3", 190.
Some people think the best wide receiver in the Cape Atlantic League.
Best numbers, anyway. That's the end of the first quarter with the score. St. Joe 6 and St. Augustine nothing. This is 97.3 ESPN. Don't forget, live video on our website. We reverse field. It's going to be 4th down and 4. Ball at the 28-yard line as we start the second quarter. Hermit's now moving right to left. Tabora in a shotgun. Harris to his right. And 4 wide receivers. He hands to Harris up the middle, and he gets really low. He falls down at about the 25-yard line. Was that enough?
Boy, I'll tell you, it is close.
Really
St.
close.
Joe's is clapping like they think they didn't get it.
And the prep defense
and it
is
does.
coming on the
I guess
field.
they were right.
So I think there's your answer. So they come up just a half a yard short, and they turn the ball over on downs.
And from here, it almost looks like that line marker is right on the line, but I guess it isn't.
You're wondering, yeah, they didn't even bother to check it. 1st and 10 for St. Joe's now, who holds. So both teams turn it over on downs after deep drives. Ball at the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. Horn under center, and he hands it off the middle to La Fragola, who gets up to about the 30, and about a gain of 6 on the play. So 2nd down and about 4.
Just that quick trap that he runs constantly up the middle. He wasn't even touched until Dolan from a linebacker spot pulled him to the ground after about a 6-yard gain.
Good gain on 1st down. This really opens up their offense and allows them to do some things. Look at this, a huddle. Somebody actually uses a huddle these days.
Yeah, they're very old-fashioned. They actually send plays in with wide receivers.
And they hand it to the near side, or Dilly wrapped up. Nice play right off the bat there. Reading it nicely is the linebacker, Justin Welsh.
And a good call on defense. It almost looked like they knew the play. They filled that left defensive side, right offensive side very quickly.
3rd and 4, no gain on the play. So the prep defense looking for a stop here. 10:50 to play left in the first half of play here on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3ESPN.com. They hand the ball off right up the middle to La Fragola, who trips after a 1st down. He looked like if he could have just got through that tackle, he would have gone for some big yards. So La Fragola picks up a 1st down and more, and St. Joe's now with the football across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line.
Deceptive speed, La Fragola. Like I said before, he just sees that hole and his eyes light up, and he gets to another gear and fires ahead. And as Mike pointed out, if someone just didn't tip his foot and trip him up, he may have gone to the house.
1st and 10, St. Joe's. Horn under center. Now he's going to throw. A little bit of pressure. Steps out of it. Running to the far side and takes a hit before he gets out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. It doesn't get out of bounds, so the clock will continue to run, and he picks up about 2. So all that running for naught. But
it could have very easily been a 6-yard loss. I mean, Brady was running after him and finally did force him out of bounds. But that speed, he's electrifying. He is so quick.
Gain of 5, so it's 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 on what could have been 2nd and 15.
He gets you out of a lot.
Yes, he does.
2nd and 5 at the 42. 9.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Horn under center. He's going to throw. Fires it into the flat, and it's high over the outstretched arms of Richard Quirindongo.
And he could have, he was open. He was between the deep safety and the linebacker, but he was open enough. Had he just got it down a little bit, that was a completion.
And Quirindongo is 6'1", so it's not like a a little guy in the flat there. He just airmailed that thing. 3rd and 5, ball at the 42. Tight formation for the Wildcats. LaFragola lined up behind Horn. He's going to hand it to him right off guard. He gets a first down and more across the 50 to the 45 and up around the 42-yard line. So C.J. LaFragola again with a big gain for St. Joe.
And that same play, and I'm sure the coaches for St. A's are saying, geez, we went over that, we went over that, we went over that. But this offensive line for St. Joe's is like a machine. They open holes, and LaFragola just darts right through.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Hamilton 7 and Apsagami nothing. We'll keep you up to date on that big one as well. Here it's 6-0. St. Joe's on the move, though. Horn going to throw it. Horn fires, and it is right over the middle to Sampson, who breaks a tackle, and off he goes for a touchdown. 43 yards. Horn to Sampson, and just like that, it's 12-0.
And the defender, and I missed the number, he was going for the interception, and Sampson just outfought him on the play.
Right, they both went for the ball, Jim. Once he didn't come down with the ball, it was clear sailing for Sampson. So a big play, kind of a broken play in the secondary, and St. Joe's trying to extend the lead. They lead at 12-0 here on 97.3 ESPN. And 97.3ESPN.com with the live video, where if you were watching that, you saw two defenders kind of there for St. Augustine, and Sampson just broke free into the Richland Knight. They'll go for two. Horn, hands, and stood up, pushing backwards. When are they going to call? I mean, what are they going to call forward motion there? Forward progress, make that.
I do think they called it dead.
That was a bit egregious, wouldn't you say?
But he never stops his legs. I'm telling you, he just keeps on grip type of feel. You can hear the
Hermit Band behind us here at this beautiful facility that they're working on constantly, much like the basketball facility, which is probably the tops in the Cape Atlantic League. This football facility with the AstroTurf field. They played a soccer game here earlier today. Riker swings his right leg through the football, and D'Amico with the catch around the 15-yard line. He bounces out to the 30, and he's tackled around the 32-yard line. R.J. D'Amico with a nice return to give him some decent field position.
Yeah, it is good field position for the Augies right now as they'll start this drive on the 32 or 30, I guess 33-yard line. Got to put some points on the board. They just cannot allow this game to get out of hand. This is a very important drive for the Augies.
1st and 10, ball at the 33. This is an important drive, as Jim noted. They're down by 2 scores. Tabora with 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield. Tabora over the middle, and it is complete to Francisco, who, if he broke a tackle, could have been to the end zone there. He gets to the 45, first down and more, so a nice slant pattern to get it going.
Yeah, it was a nice quick pop pass, and Alam Horn made the tackle, or as you pointed out, Mike, that could have gone all the way.
1st and 10 at the 45. Tabora with Harris in the backfield. Harris changes sides now with 3 receivers to the far side. And he hands to Harris up the middle, and Harris trying to dart forward. Look at that, the leg drive gets him to midfield, so a pickup of 5 on the play.
Cody Sampson really made the tackle almost at the line of scrimmage, but Harris kept churning ahead for a nice gain.
So 2nd down and a long 5. Under 8 minutes to play. Tabora with 3 wide receivers to the far side. He fakes to Harris on the near side, and he throws to Harris out of the backfield. Up around the 40-yard line, he takes a pop out of bounds. And Lamont Harris with a nice design play there from St. Augustine.
But I tell you, somebody on the sidelines who wasn't paying very close attention got waffled on that play. Well, he's up. And actually, it's James Brady, who is a very good defensive player for the Augies.
1st and 10 after the nice pass to Harris, who caught the ball out of the backfield. Timeout St. Joe with 7:49 left to play here in the first half. 12-0 St. Joe's, Jim. So far, St. Joe's is in the lead, but St. Augustine has shown we're right there with you. We just need a break to go our way.
I think you're right. There shouldn't be overwhelmed by St. Joe's, that's for sure. The key will be you still have 0 on the board. You have to put some points on the board, even if it's a field goal at this stage of the game, just to get some points on the board and feel a little better about your offense.
So 1st and 10. Ball at the 40, so they are moving.
This is Charlie Roman's offense, too. Mark Reardon has no qualms in saying that to everyone.
Back to live action. Francisco in motion. And they fake it, and they throw it out into the flat to Francisco, who barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. If he does, it's going to be 2nd down.
Once again, they just come up so quick and make that play. And as you pointed out, it was for no gain. 12-0 with 7:30 to play here in the second quarter.
2nd and 10. Ball still at the 40-yard line after no game. Tabora in a shotgun. And he fakes a handoff to Harris. Over the middle, he's got a wide open Chad Penny, and he just missed it out of the outstretched arms.
And actually, he did a pretty good job. You tell your quarterbacks when someone's open that much, put a little air on it, give it a chance to run under it. He did that, but it just was not quite enough. And maybe it's just as well because it would have come back. There was a flag on the play.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Bridgeton leading middle 30-7. On the road, Bridgeton with a nice outing so far. Couple Group 2 schools. Jackson Memorial leading Southern 7-0. We'll be at Thursday Night Live at Southern next Thursday. We'll keep our eye on that game throughout the night. Of course, start to keep your eye on more games in the area as the playoffs get a little closer.
They picked up the flag, so there wasn't a penalty. So that really hurts now that they could have, if not having a big gain, they could have had a touchdown on that play.
So 3rd and 10, just overthrew Penny there just a bit. And it looks like St. Augustine is going to take a timeout. So with 7:18 left to play here in the first half, Jim, 12-0 St. Joe's leads, and just missed a big play there. Had a chance, had the man in the seam, you put that play in your back pocket.
And what wonders that would have done for St. A's. We were just talking a moment ago about that would be so great for them to put some points on the board to inflate their offense. So defense has not been doing that bad a job. Remember, we're talking about 2 teams that are very capable of putting some points on the board. St. Joe's may not have the individual score like Lamont Harris with 90 points, but they have LaFoglio, Sampson, Horn, all of those capable of putting a lot of points on the board. Well, let's see what play they come up with. 3rd and 10.
Yeah, you wonder if they run that little play out of the backfield that Harris hit before. That was one of their big gainers. Where do you hit that slant with Francisco? It's 3rd and 10, ball at the 40. Tabora in a shotgun. He sends a man in motion to the near side. He's going to pitch it. Harris got the snap and then pitch it to Tabora, who throws it over the middle to Francisco for a 1st down. So an odd lined up play there where they snap it to the running back who pitched it to the quarterback who threw it to the receiver.
I really don't think that fooled St. Joe's. That was just a great pass and catch by Francisco, who jumped high in the air in the middle of the defense.
17-yard pickup, 1st and 10 at the 23. 7:07 to play, first half.
And remember, that was 3rd and 10 on that play.
It was 3rd and 10, so a big pickup of 17. Tabora sends Francisco in motion to the near side. Harris is behind him in the backfield. Tabora's going to throw. He's got plenty of time. He fires, and it is nearly picked off. Nearly picked off, as if he picks it off, he's going for 6.
And because remember, that's another horn. That's Salam, and he has tremendous speed. But again, Tabora is looking at his receiver and just staying on it, and St. Joe's is hanging back, and when he releases it, coming for the ball.
Second and 10. As Tabora tried to squeeze the ball in a tight, small spot, and it was almost picked off. Took a shot. Second and 10. Harris splits to the far side. Pumps. Fakes. Now he's going to take a sling to the end zone, and it is broken up. Broken up in the corner of the end zone by Horn. Salam Horn defending, as he just kind of flung that out there. Little wrist action all the way to the front corner.
A good play. It put him one-on-one, their best receiver, against one of the best defenders in the league. And it was just a little underthrown, maybe a little more air. It may be a completion, because remember, we're talking about a receiver that's about 6'3", 6'4".
Over on 1450 WPG Talk Radio tonight, Mainland 13, Atlantic City nothing. Here it's 12-0 on 3rd and 10 for St. Augustine, and whistles. No flags, but looks like somebody called timeout, and St. Joe takes a timeout. With 6:40 left to play here in the first half, St. Joe's 12, St. Augustine nothing on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3ESPN.com with live video. You heard that score. I saw your face. Mainland 13, Atlantic City nothing.
That's a big, big win for Mainland if they can pull it off.
And you hope here, anyway, that you hate to see Tabora make a mistake here, and with such a nice drive that they've got going. This has probably been the best drive of the night.
That's a good point. That's really a backbreaker if you have a turnover in this situation. They've been doing a good job of moving it down, and as I said, they just need to get some points on the board.
Couple scores on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard to get some reaction from. Millville 27-0. Bridgeton 38-7 over Middle. Third and 10. Ball at the 23-yard line. Tabora over the middle, and it is complete at the 25. They stand them up, so they're going to be short of the first down, Jim.
Running a little bit of a hurry offense here.
6:25 on 4th down now, and 3. They're going to go for it. So 4th and 3, they're going to go for it here at the 16-yard line. Tabora. And he hands to Harris up the middle, and Harris looks like he got it. We'll see where they spotted it. From our angle, you got to keep in mind, we are really low in this press box. We can't see up and down over things, so we're kind of field level.
But a great run. They pulled that play before, and he came up inches shy. This time it's first down. First down on about the 12-yard line.
Spirit 21, EHT nothing on the Atlantic City. Make that 28-0 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. A.J. Dawson with a pick 6 in that game. So EHT, the latest team to fall to Spirit right now, and obviously Spirit missed last week, the whole Lower Cape May situation, and they get back out in the field this week. It's the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN, of course, every Friday night. We're running out of Fridays here. We've got one next week, and then the playoffs will begin. So this is next week, the last week of the regular season, and then we go to that first week of the playoffs, Thanksgiving weekend.
It's hard to believe, isn't it, that Thanksgiving is upon us? Of course, Thanksgiving very late this year, not until the 28th of November. 6:03 to play in a half. It's been St. Joe's offensively, but here are the Augies knocking on the door.
1st and 10, ball at the 12 with 6:08 left to play in the first half. And it seems like this is like the game here for St. Augustine. They are driving. They're putting everything into this. And they give it to Harris off right tackle. Harris busts the tackle, crosses the 10 up around the 8-yard line. Under 6 minutes to play. It's going to be second down on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. Mainland now 19-0 over Atlantic City. 2nd and 6, ball at the 8. Harris is going to keep it out of the Wildcat right up the middle, and he falls forward to about the 2, a pickup of about 6.
A little Wildcat formation, and I'll tell you, I think if he'd have veered to the right, he'd have gone in standing up. It's got to be close to a first down, isn't it?
You don't see the Wildcat all too often.
Yeah, they're going to measure.
Time.
I thought it was pretty close to a first down.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN. Brian Brumell and his staff at Boardwalk Honda help making this and all the games possible on 97.3 ESPN. And Calvi Electric encourages you to get out there and support your local high school football teams each and every week. They're going to do a measurement here, and it looks like they are about an inch short.
You know,
3 inches short.
Sometimes as a coach, you don't want it to get it. That almost gives you an extra down there when you're that close.
If you look at the live video at 97.3ESPN.com, you can see how close they were. It's a much better view than we're getting.
3rd down.
3rd and 1. Ball at the 3. They can get a first down here if they get it inside the 2. Harris is to the left of Tabora. Actually, no, Harris is lined up as the quarterback, and he's going to do it as a Wildcat. And it's going to be short of a first down.
And Lewis came from the outside. The fans are calling for a little horse collar because he actually did come on the backside to grab Harris.
Yeah, Harris took it out of a Wildcat, and it looked like he got horse collared, clothesline, if you will.
Yeah.
I'm watching the replay of the video over here.
That's what the crowd was hollering about.
4th down and 1. They can still get a first down. Ball's at the 3. Harris is still lined up as the quarterback with 3 receivers on the near side, 2 to the far side. Harris is going to take it himself, and he's going to do a little hop pass over the middle, and it is caught for a Herbert touchdown. The old Tim Tebow to Andrew Baxter as he took 2 steps up and a little jump pop pass, and it's a touchdown for the Hermits.
The amazing thing was it didn't look like he had great control of the ball. I speak of Harris. But a touchdown is a touchdown.
So with 4:39 to play in the first half, the Hermits are on the board. The extra point is up, and it is good. Kyle Snow with the extra point, and we've got a 12-7 game here on 97.3 ESPN with 4:39 left to play. A little pop pass. You see St. Joe's with Ordilli and Salam back deep. Snow tees it up. Snow approaches the football, straight on, kicks it low, right to the 45-yard line, and down it goes. Right there to receive it on the front line of St. Joe's was Michael Merlino.
You think he was trying an onside kick there?
I don't think so. I think he just tried to kick it off of somebody and see if it would squib and hit, ricochet off somebody. Because he ran straight on at that thing.
Yeah, and it just is a little surprising to me to give St. Joe's that kind of field position.
Agreed. At the 45, their own 45, La Fragola at the 50, crosses up to about the 45, so about a 9-yard pickup on first down. So you put yourself right in enemy territory.
Absolutely, and La Fagola once again carrying 3 tackles for the last 4 yards of that gain.
See the big St. Augustine offensive line sitting here in front of us. Some big boys right there. 2nd and 1, ball at the 46. As the Wildcats break a huddle coming up on 4 minutes. Horn under center. He's play action, rolling, firing, got a man, and it is nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted by Timothy Kenley with a great play defending.
LaQuay Brown.
LaQuay Brown.
But LaQuay Brown was 5 yards behind the closest defender. It just took Horn a little too long to get it out there, or that was touchdown city for St. Joe's.
So an excellent defensive play.
Absolutely. He
ball.
Never gave up on the play, just kept running, finally broke it up.
3rd and 1. They hand it to LaFregola. Did he get it? And he looks like he did. They're going to push him back to it. It looks like it. We'll see where they spot this.
Once again, second effort gave it. It looked like he was stoned right at the line of scrimmage, but he fights forward to get that first down.
Forward progress across the 45 to the 44. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats with 3:46 to play in the first half here on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3ESPN.com. Gabor split to the far side. They hand it to Wardilly, and he's got no place to go. So another nice play by this Hermit front line.
And they're going to make St. Joe's throw the ball. They are really crowding the line of scrimmage and doing a good job of closing off those holes.
Yeah, Wardilly, Sampson, Horn, LaFregola. They have so many weapons in the backfield. Coming up on 3 minutes to play on 2nd and 9. Sampson and Horn on the wings. Back to throw. Horn fires, and he way overthrows the intended receiver, Quindongo.
Guerndago has nice size, and he was out there, but as you pointed out, Horn reared back and just fired it and was over his head by about 10 yards. He had plenty of time, too.
Quirindongo, they've thrown more than I thought that they would tonight.
Well, I think a lot has to do with this Augie defense, who is really stacking it inside.
3rd and 9. Split to the near side is Gabor. Ball at the 44-yard line. They pitch it to LaFregola. LaFregola is going to throw, and it is nearly intercepted. Nearly intercepted on the near side of the field. He threw it right to Corey Smith, hit him in the chest.
Corey Smith's 5'8" and 167 pounds. Believe me, he wanted that ball. Their defensive backs are not that big, so maybe St. Joe's figures they can take advantage of it. Fourth down. If it's me, I'm punting.
And they are. Quirindongo back to punt. Standing back at his own 10, R.J. D'Amico. Nearly blocked. Bounces at the 15. Rolls. And it is going to get touched at the 1. But it looks like that's where the Hermits will have to start. 99 yards of AstroTurf.
That was really great coverage of that punt as he went, and it's where the ball is. So even though he had his feet in the end zone, he's able to stop the ball on what looks to be about the 6-inch line.
Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN FM. Brian Brumell and the staff at Boardwalk Honda encourage you to find them on Facebook. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN. 2:36 to play here in the first half. 12-7, St. Joe's leads St. Augustine. The Prep has the ball at their own 1. Tabora in a shotgun with 3 receivers split to the near side. Tabora in the shotgun in his own end zone. Looks, fires, and throws, and it is complete! Francisco at the 40. He's going 99 yards. No one's going to catch him. It's a Prep touchdown.
And the stands have erupted. A 99-yard plus pass on just a slant play, and then it was Francisco to the house.
I would assume that at least tied the longest touchdown in St. Augustine history, but Francisco caught it on a slant shook himself out of a tackle, Jim, and went to the house for a touchdown.
But it was a good pass by Tabor. He really put it right on the numbers where it had to be, and Francisco knew what to do when he got it.
Snow on for the extra point. Spot, kick, it's up, and it's good. So with 2:22 left to play, St. Augustine 14, St. Joe's 12 on 97.3 ESPN and 97.3 ESPN.com.
And they needed something offensively. Well, the last two series they've gotten it.
Maybe one of the biggest crowds ever to see a prep football game here. I'm sure Will tell us at halftime. Probably knows the attendance spot right now.
I don't know if you saw that, but the entire St. A's team on the sidelines was running down the sidelines with Francisco.
Ball's rolling on the kick. It's a short roll, and it looks like St. Augustine thinks they have it. The ball, St. Joe's, we can't really see from where we are. We just see the entire prep sideline jumping as if they got it. It was a short kick that rolled to around the 30-yard line, and St. Joe's got it. What happened is, it could have been, Jim, that St. Augustine got on it, but it might have been out of bounds.
That could have been too, because it did look like it came loose. But the referee had no doubt in his mind that St. Joe's had gotten the ball.
Scores and highlights coming up at halftime. It's been a wild first half here. With 2:19, we still have 2:19 to play in the first half. We're coming up on 8 o'clock here on 97.3. They hand it off to Horn. Horn sweeps to the far side, breaks a tackle, gets to across the 35-yard line, up around the 40, short of the 40. It's going to be second down. Bailey makes the stop. Bill Bailey.
Don't expect St. Joe's to lay down, Mike, because they've been in this situation before.
Under 2 minutes to play. Gain of 7, second and 3. Ball at the 38-yard line. Horn hands it off, and La Fragola is stood up, and it looked like R.J. D'Amico was one of the first to get in there. Third and about 1.
Now, who do you think's going to get this?
One of 4. They have a lot of options, and they hand it to La Fragola to the near side, and he has stood up, pushed back, but where was his forward progress?
I don't think he made it. I do not think he made it.
It looks like from where the far official is standing.
But I'm guessing, even if he did make it, that St. Joe's will go for it.
Correct. It would be 4th and very short. I think he got it. I think he got it by about a nose. 1:05 left to play. It's the Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week here on 97.3 ESPN. 1:05 left in the first half, and he got it by the nose. I mean,
well, I'm 0 for 1.
Not only was I 1 for 1, I told you it was a nose. Who
St.
said
Joe's
my eyes
put
can't
it up,
see?
1:06 to play here in a half. Not a real big passing team.
You're right, though. They were going to go for it regardless because that's how close they would have been. 1st and 10, ball at the 41. Under a minute to play here in the first half. Horn to throw. Horn looking. He's nearly sacked. Now there's a flag. Crosses the 50. First down, 45. Still on his feet. Timothy Kennelly finally brings him down. There is a flag way back behind the line of scrimmage. You know what that normally means.
Usually it's against the offense when it's back there.
Face mask against the defense.
Wow, and that's added on at the end.
You don't see that too often back in that area. That's behind the line of scrimmage.
45 seconds, 39-yard line.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 39 for St. Joe's. They're in Hermit territory. Horn under center. Going to throw it. Horn into the flat, and it is caught by Horn, and he breaks a tackle at the 30 and pushed out of bounds. He broke a tackle. It was a one-on-one play out in the flat, and Horn did a nice job of getting up the field right after he broke the tackle.
And not only that, getting out of bounds and stopping the clock. Still 33 seconds to go. It's a first down. Ball's on the 27-yard line.
Don't forget, you can watch the rest of this game if you're in your car when you get home at 97.3ESPN.com. Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Services with the live video feed. And right now there's a bunch of you getting a chance to watch that game, and you're seeing a fantastic one. 14-12, St. Augustine leading St. Joe's. It's first down and 10, ball at the 27-yard line. Horn under center. He's going to throw it again. Horn looking, still looking, firing down the middle of the field, and it is broken up. Too far anyway, but broken up in the back of the end zone there. Nice play by Corey Smith.
Good pass by Horn, though. He put it up there so his receiver had a chance, as you pointed out. He may have gone out of the end zone if he catches the ball. But a great job. And well defense, too.
Very well. But it looked like he threw it down the seam too far. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 23. Excuse me, the 27. Horn back to throw. Looks the other way, and it is to Sampson. Sampson catches, and Sampson knocked out of bounds near a first down across the 20-yard line.
No, he's a first down. That does stop the clock. St. Joe's is ready to go. Look at them. They're ready to go.
12 seconds on the clock.
That ball's marked down to go.
They'll start the clock once the ball is spotted and snapped. Now it's snapped at the 18, and he spikes it. So 9 seconds left to play here in the first half. And
I have
St.
to
Joe's
say something about that previous play. Sampson really set that up well. A little screen pass to the left. He came up to the line of scrimmage, stayed behind those blockers, let the defense commit, and then broke it to the outside and got enough for that first down.
Timeout taken by, St. Joe's spiked the ball. So it's 2nd and 10.
And you got to throw the ball to the end zone now, or throw it to the sidelines.
2nd and 10, ball at the 18. Horn going to throw it. Horn looking over the middle, and it is in and out of the hands of LaQuay Brown, who was not going to be in the end zone anyway.
No, and that's what your receiver has to do, because if he gets hit and kept out of the end zone, that clock's going to run out.
Just to reset here, Sampson caught the pass in the flat and went out of bounds, or didn't get out of bounds, and it made it a 1st and 10. Now it is 3rd and 10, so we're back with a couple of plays. 2 chances now with 5 seconds to get in the end zone, so you would assume they're going to try a field goal here. They're going to try a field goal. 35-yarder, excuse me. Kick is up, and it is no good. A 35-yard attempt, Jim, no good. So with the score at the end of 1, the Hermits of St. Augustine 14. Boy, they really rushed that kick, by the way. They kind of broke the huddle and ran back and spotted that ball. They might have rushed that a little bit. The Hermits of St. Augustine 14, and the Wildcats of St. Joe's 12 on 97.3 ESPN. So a wild first half, a long first half, but a very good first half.
Yeah, it really was. It was good play on both sides of the ball.
Around the league in just a moment on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard as we start the second half, presented by Boardwalk Honda here on 97.3 ESPN. A bouncing kick, takes a high bounce at the 25, takes it to the outside. Now still on his feet at the 30. And Ordilli crosses the 30, and he's taken down. And St. Joe's will have the football at the 32-yard line as we start the second half.
Yeah, Rocco Ordilli returning the ball to the 31-yard line. So not bad field position for St. Joe's to open up, and they want to take control of the game once again. They had control of the game as they led 12-0, but The Hermits came roaring back and now lead in the contest 14-12.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Hamilton 7, Apsagami nothing. Mainland 25, Atlantic City 7, Buna 14, Pleasantville 6, Millville 34, Oakcrest 14, Bridgeton 46, Middle nothing, and Spirit leads EHT 28-0. On first down, Horn hands it, and there to make the play right away is James Brady with no place to go for La Fragola.
And Brady blitzed off the right, his right, St. Joe's left, and ran right into La Fagola to bring him down for about a 5-yard loss.
Yeah, 2nd and 14, loss of 4. Ball at the 28-yard line. As St. Joe's trails 14-12. They have the football moving right to left. They're dressed in all white, red trim, silver helmets. Horn into the flat, incomplete, well short of Gabor, the intended receiver, and Gabor jumping up and down. He was not happy.
No, he was not happy because the ball really got away from him. But I'm telling you, even if it was completed, Corey Smith was right on the receiver.
3rd and 14. Ball resting on the 28-yard line as we start the third quarter. Gabor split to the far side. Actually, Crindongo to the far side. Horn under center. Back to throw. Looking, firing. He goes deep down the right side of the field, and it is nearly intercepted by R.J. D'Amico for St. Joe's. R.J. D'Amico back deep to receive the punt for the Hermits. He stands back at around his 34-yard line. Good snap. Nearly blocked. It's a short kick. And it's going to bounce short of the 40. Then it takes a wildcat roll across the 35 and goes out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And that's where St. Augustine will take over with 10:55 to play in the third. 14-12, Hermits lead. You can watch the second half of this game on our website, 973ESPN.com, with live video streaming. Thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service in Ocean City, where I promise you the view is better than what we have right now. That's not a slight. We're just a little low.
But we're not freezing.
No, it's a beautiful night and a beautiful facility. Tabora with 5 wide receivers. Empty backfield. And he throws into the flat. Harris with the catch, short of the 40, and then he gets up the field and kind of steered out of bounds at the 41. It'll be second down and about 3.
Brought down by Chris Gabor, but not until, as you point out, about a 7-yard gain.
They have 2nd and 2 on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. At the 41. Harris in the backfield. Hands to Harris. Harris to the outside. Ooh, nice play by Gabor, who was kind of hanging out there because the receiver, Francisco, never really ran a route, so Gabor was just waiting for him.
And Gabor really got low to the ground, and he had to because Harris really almost looks like his head is going to hit the ground when he lowers those shoulders.
Good enough for a first down, though. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. 10:37 to play, third quarter. 5 wide receivers. Tabor in the shotgun, empty backfield. He's over the middle, quick shot, and it is complete. And quickly, Baxter, and he fumbled the football. St. Joe's has it.
And they're going to give it to St. Joe's. He kind of tore it out of his hands, and all of a sudden the ball was rolling on the ground and recovered by St. Joe's. So a big turnaround for the Wildcats.
So St. Joe's picks up the fumble to the 37-yard line. Baxter caught it. He looked like he was innocently turning to the opposite way, and he must have fumbled it on his way down. So a tough turnover for the Hermits, and it'll be 1st and 10, St. Joe's. Ball at the St. Augustine 37-yard line. They hand the ball off to La Fragola off right tackle, and La Fragola picks up about 4. So it'll be second down and about 6.
And I'm sure already they're thinking we're in 4-down territory, so we can just take our time and move the ball in the fashion that we're continue to move it by the 3- and 4-yard gains on each occasion.
2nd and 6, pick up a 4, ball at the 33-yard line. 9:50 and counting. Don't forget Vic Sub Shop, 742 Ohio Avenue. Apsecan offers great quality, friendly service. All sandwiches available for pickup or delivery. 645-0500 at Vic Sub Shop in Apsecan. They hand the football right up the middle, off right tackle is Horn.
And Horn faked the ball to LaFragola and just fouled him right into the hole for a nice gain.
So LaFragola leads the way, and it's going to be 3rd down and 1. Ball to 28. 9:15 and counting, 3rd quarter. 3rd and 1. Horn breaks the huddle. Under center. They hand the football to LaFragola, who gets a 1st down, continues to run forward, and plops down at about the 20-yard line. So a pickup of about 8 on the play. And Tim Kennelly makes the stop. Otherwise, LaFragola would have kept going.
Another strong run. When he starts north and south, he's tough to bring down.
So LaFragola's, most of his runs seem like they account for 1st down yardage. First and 10. Ball at the 20.
LaFragola did have 48 yards rushing in the first half. He's adding it to that in the second half.
Ball resting on the 20. Sampson, the motion man, takes the handoff off right tackle. He spins. He's still on his feet, and Kenley finally brings him down at about the 10-yard line. So Kennelly has saved a couple of touchies.
And I'll tell you, Horn almost, it was kind of that quick in-motion type of play, and he almost missed the handoff, but he got it to him in time, and in time to make a 1st down, and it's goal to go.
And that's a timing play. When the guy goes in motion, you got to snap it and know right when he's there and make sure the handoff doesn't get broken up. 1st and goal at the 9. Sends a man in motion to the near side. Now they hand it to LaFragola, who follows the motion man and falls forward across the 5. So a pickup of about 4.
You really have to pay tribute once again to that offensive line of St. Joe's. They're relentless. They get on a body and just push them back.
Well, they run that wing back in motion, and then they have this setback follow that wing back who's running full speed ahead, so he's exploding through that hole. 2nd and 3. 2nd and goal, ball at the 3. Horn under center. Sends a man in motion. He hands it to LaFragola, who cuts up the middle, and he is in for a St. Joe's touchdown, a 3-yard touchdown run by C.J. LaFragola. And just like that, St. Joe's is back in the lead, 18-14, with 7:45 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we mentioned before, they're not going to lie down.
So they'll try for the 2-point conversion here, it looks like, as they've missed 2 extra points already tonight. So 2 would get them to 20 and just a 6-point lead. They lead by 4 currently. Horn fires, and it is broken up in the end zone. So the 2-point conversion is no good. So with 7:49 left to play in the 3rd quarter, St. Joe's 18, St. Augustine 14 on 97.3 ESPN each and every week. 18-14 the score. St. Joe's leads the Hermits of St. Augustine. Snow with a low kick. It bounces, and D'Amico takes it at the 15, crosses the 20, 25, and he is hit, and down he goes at about the 26, 27-yard line. So D'Amico with not a lot of room. 7:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. St. Augustine will take back over.
And now St. Augustine is trailing into contest. Let's see if that momentum that they had gained by the game plan was we're throwing the ball, and they haven't stopped. 1st
and 10 with 4 wides, 3 to the near side. Harris in the backfield. Tabora in shotgun. Hands it to Harris, who goes off guard and doesn't have much going there. Pickup of a maybe 1. Be 2nd down and about 9. Prep trails by 4. They have the football moving left to right, dressed in all blue. 2nd and 8, ball to 29. Tabora with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side. Harris in the backfield.
They fake it. They're going to pump over the middle, and it is complete around the 40-yard line for a first down, and they get the pass up to Chad Penny, his third catch of the night.
And the defender kind of fell down on the play. I think it was Alam Horn, who fell down on the play.
Sorry, that was Phillips in the backfield. You remember the last time he carried the ball, he ran it, so I'm sure they had to be ready for that. Still 4 receivers, 3 to the near side. Harris now takes the snap and crosses the 45-yard line, picks up about 4 on the play.
It's brought down by Zach McGuckin.
Second down and 6. An official's timeout taken here. Thomas H.
His
Tyson.
hamstring.
Second and 6 after the Harris pickup of 4. Ball at the 47. 4 wide receivers. They fake it, and it's over the middle. And did Francisco hold on? It looks like he
it looks like he dropped it, but a good play just to square in, coming across the middle with his size. Harris put the ball there, but it just kind of slid down his body and onto the ground.
Yeah, he looked like he had it at the 40. Then he tried to pin it to his thigh, and he just couldn't corral it. So it's 3rd down and 6 as Austin Francisco, the senior, was the target. 3 receivers to the near side. And they fake it. Play action. They throw, and it is incomplete as Ordilli might have got there early, but no flag.
I couldn't tell if the man in front kind of tipped the ball. There were 2 defenders kind of bracketing the receiver, and it's a punting situation for the Augies.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Millville 41, Oakcrest 14. Rob Ennis is out again, so Raquel Armstead has 5 touchdown runs, and he had over 200 yards in the first half for the second straight game. Just another day at the office. It's better than what I'm doing. Punt is up. Catching around the 20, makes a move, and sheds a couple tacklers, gets out to the 25-yard line, out around short of the 30 for Salam Horn, and St. Joe's has the football back.
And Chris, be careful of him.
6 minutes to play in the third quarter. St. Joe's scored on their first possession. Actually, their second possession. They went 3 and out. Their first time, they scored on their second possession. This will be the third possession of the third quarter. They break the huddle with a man to the near side. Horn sends Sampson in motion, and he's going to hand it to La Fragola. And La Fragola goes forward for a pickup of about 5.
And what coach wouldn't want to start off every series with a nice 5-yard gain on first down?
Quick NHL update. The Flyers are losing 5-0 in the game at home against the Capitals, and apparently it's getting pretty restless from the crowd out there. The GM's name is being chanted over and over again. You don't hear that at a Philadelphia sports event too much, do you? 2nd and 5, ball at the 33. Horn under center, sends a man in motion, and he hands it to the motion man, Horn. And Horn makes a move to the outside. He crosses the 40-yard line, gets a first down, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Joe Greer led the play, pulling out of his guard spot, coming around and standing up the defensive end to allow him to cut inside for a nice gain.
That's the play he scored on almost the first time around, where he hit that sweep to the outside, to this near side. He cut it up the field. That was how they scored their first touchdown. Now it's 18-14 with St. Joe's in the lead with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Horn fakes a handoff and then gives it to Sampson, a little crisscross, crosses the 45-yard line, then up to about the 48, and a pickup of about 7.
He just about got that handoff off. Harris was coming from the right side and really firing in, but not quite in time. 4:42 to play.
2nd down and 4 after a 6-yard gain right now. Close to midfield, running some clock, running the ball very effectively for the Wildcats. Horn under center, sends a man to motion. Now he hands it to Sampson off right tackle, crosses midfield up to the 45 and then to the 44-yard line. So a little misdirection, little fake handoff inside, and Then they handed to another inside trap. A lot of movement there.
Yeah, it was all in the backfield, though. The line was just man on man, opened up a big hole over the right side, and he made them pay.
Bridgeton 46, Middle 15 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. 1st and 10 at the 44. Stood up, nowhere to go. La Fragola. As he meets Justin Welsh. 2nd and 10, ball resting on the 44 with 3:45 to play. Mike Gill and Jim Schaefer on 97.3 ESPN FM at 97.3 ESPN.com with live video streaming from Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service. Here it's 18-14. St. Joe's with the lead in the ball. And they hand it off to, and driving backwards is the St. Augustine defense. In fact, they got there so fast I didn't see who they handed it to.
As you mentioned, a lot of movement by the offensive backs, but the Hermits weren't to be fooled. They just were staying in their lanes, made a nice play.
Looked like Alam Horn took the handoff and was met immediately. So it's 3rd and 10. So no gain on that play. 3rd and 10, ball at the 44. We're coming up on 3 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Post-game show coming up after this with scores from around the area where it looks like a night where there wasn't very many competitive games. This one here is 18-14. Horn under center, sends a man in motion to the near side. Play action fake, some pressure, and Horn goes down. Justin Welsh got him. He was the first man in there, Welsh. And a huge sack. It's going to make it 4th and long, and the Wildcats will have to punt.
And Dante Ennis also on a play. But you're right, a great defensive call. He sent a couple linebackers in there, and they just too many people to block, and they got to him for a nice loss. 2:13 to play in the the 3rd quarter in the second half, and it's still St. Joe's 18-14.
R.J. D'Amico back deep to receive the punt. Ricardo Quirindongo back to punt as St. Joe's calls a timeout. With 2:02 left to play here in the football game, in the 3rd quarter, I should say. St. Joe's 18, St. Augustine 14. Back at around his 20. Ball resting short of the 50 at the 48-yard line. Quirindongo, the high spinning punt, and D'Amico takes it fair catch style at about the 17-yard line, and that's where St. Augustine will take over, moving left to right. Tabora sends a man in motion to the near side, and then he slows down. Now he's going to throw into the flat. No, he pumps. Now he rolls. Now he's pressured. Now he hits the flat, and catching the football still in the game is Casimir Phillips.
And that was a nice heads-up play by Tabora, who didn't have it on the first time, kind of faked the pass, spun around, had him on the second time.
So Phillips is still in the game, primarily at running back, as Harris left in the last series. They sent Francisco to the near side. Tight formation. And they hand the football up the middle. Minimal gain on the play, so it'll be 3rd down and about 5.
Looked for a moment like he had room to the right, but all of a sudden La Fragola filled that hole.
Harris is standing in front of us on the sideline with his helmet on. Phillips is still in the game. So 3rd down and 4. Ball at their own 23 with under a minute to play in the 3rd quarter. Tabora with 2 receivers to the near side and a receiver to the far side. Phillips in the backfield. Tabora with a play-action fake. Plenty of time. Over the middle. It's complete. Penny catches it at the 35-yard line. Crosses to the 37, and a Hermit 1st down.
Good blocking by the offensive line. Gave Tabora plenty of time. He sat in there and waited until Penny cleared. Hit him on the numbers.
1st and 10 on the pickup there by Penny Three receivers to the near side. Ball at the 37. Tabora in a shotgun with a single setback to his right. Into the flat. He pumps, and he goes over the middle. He's got a man complete. Baxter catches the football with a seam pattern right down the middle of the field, and it's another first down. They cross midfield, and the ball is now resting at the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you what made the play, the ball fake. He faked that ball, drew Lafangola up a little bit, then fired it in behind him for a nice gain.
34-yard pickup. Tabora with three receivers to the near side. Phillips in the backfield. They hand it to Phillips up the middle. He bounces to the outside, and down he goes. Boy, if he could have got out of that tackle, he thought he had a little room to go as a fog starts to roll around the 30-yard line. Just one spot on this field is there a little area of fog, but that Tabora with a ball, play action. He steps up, he fires over the middle, and it was nearly intercepted. Stepping in was Gabor.
I'll tell you, that's trying to thread a needle. I think the better decision would have, of course, this is hindsight, run the ball. But he stopped and fired that ball in the littlest of windows. Didn't quite get it in there.
On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, Millville 48-14, a 26-yard touchdown pass there. And the Sixers are tied with the Wizards at 74.
They're going all the way this year.
Trails Hamilton 10-0 late in the fourth quarter. Got to check out what Mainland was doing. They were surprising you earlier. They hand off to Harris, and Harris falls forward to around the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 4.
Just a little play to keep them honest. They're putting the ball up so much, and St. Joe's is dropping 7, sometimes even 8 people back.
3rd and 9. Ball at the 29. The Hermits are driving with 11:33 to play. They send 3 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far side with Francisco in the slot. Tabora with an empty backfield. And now St. Augustine wants to call timeout. With 11:19, they saw something they weren't happy with. Under the Flood Insurance Reform Act of 2012, you could save more than $90,000 over 10 years if you build 3 feet above base elevation, flood elevation. The all-star staff at Baumgartner House Lifting can attend to all your house raising needs. The Baumgartner family has 65 years of combined experience.
Big play.
4th and 5. The Hermits will go for it. Ball to 29. They're driving. They fake it to Harris. A pump fake. Tabora. Rush. He's going to the sideline. Sidesteps a tackle, but he can't break out of it, and down he goes.
He really had no place to go with the ball. Was well covered downfield. He was pumping. He was trying everything possible to get loose, make something out of nothing. It just was not there.
They break the huddle on 1st and 10. Ball at the 31. Send a man in motion. They hand it to the motion man, Horn. Horn, near first down yardage as he, got a burst and got up to just short of the 40.
Again, just faking up the middle to Lafagola to hold those inside linebackers, then handing it off to him. If he can break it around that corner, he's going to the house.
Second and 2, pickup of 8, ball at the 39. 10:40 and counting. St. Joe's obviously taking their time.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry.
As a player was not off the field on the far side of the field. St. Augustine there to make the tackle. You saw one of the linemen there, Max Berklin. You see the lineman on that far side of the field. I don't know that he got off the field in time.
And D'Amico in on another tackle.
See what they're doing here. It's going to be 3rd down. So a loss of 2. You mentioned D'Amico make that stop. That was odd. The lineman was trying to run off the field. I don't think he got off the field. But no flag.
That's the important thing. 9:50 to play in the fourth quarter.
3rd down and 4. Ball at the 37. Their own 37. Big play here. Horn going to throw it. Horn looking. He's going to keep it. Now he rolls to the near side. Gets a block and got a first down before he's out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
And, boy, that's just quickness. You don't teach that as a coach. He looked like he was going to try to do something up the middle, wasn't there, bounced it to the outside, outruns people for the first down.
First down at the 45-yard line. 9:33 to play in the football game.
I think we'll start seeing the Hermits do a little blitzing here.
St. Joe's has thrown the ball more than I anticipated they would.
And then you got to credit the defense of St. Augustine, St. Augie's.
They hand to Horn. Horn gets a blocker. He follows him up. First down yardage. He breaks his tackle at the 35, and Alam Horn is in for a 55-yard touchdown run as he walked out of a tackle and sprinted to the end zone. But the big block was Joe Greer, who he just had his hand on his back and followed Greer through the line of scrimmage, navigated his way to the end zone.
But great blocking once again by not only the line, but the lead blocker going out in front. And great job of following the blockers as he ran it all the way in from 55 yards out.
So just like that, they can make it an 11-point game with the extra point. With 9:22 to play, Riker to try the extra point. The snap, the kick, it is up, and it is good. So with 9:22 to play, the Wildcats, 25. The Hermits, 14 on 97.3 ESPN. For 40 years, Capri Pizza and Grill has been your favorite pizzeria. They got a new location, 609-646-1444. Online at eastcoastroofing.com. 9:22, Riker. And he pounds one all the way back to about the 5. D'Amico catches, regroups, takes it out, and down to the 20. So a 15-yard return, and the Hermits will take over with 9:17 left to play. Mainland still leading Atlantic City, 25-13 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard.
That was a good tackle by Cody Sampson, who just hit him on the 20-yard line, and he got to about the 22-yard line, and that was it. 9:17 to play, 11 points down. The Hermits got to do something in this drive.
Put it in the air. Remember, the Prep had a 99-yard touchdown run. Tabora with an empty backfield to throw. Pumps, fires. It's complete into the flat on the far side of the field. Harris looking for a block. He gets it and then runs out of bounds.
Good job by Tabora. He kind of looked it off, let the other receivers run deep to take the defense away, then laid it out there to Harris for a nice gain.
So 1st and 10. Ball short of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Moving right to left, the Hermits with 9:09 to play. Tabora with 3 receivers to the near side. He hands off to Harris off right tackle, and Harris crosses the 35-yard line. And the St. Joe sideline.
It looked like the ball came loose again, but I guess.
And Harris is limping off the field. So with 8:50, he is noticeably coming off the field with a right leg injury.
Yeah, he looked like he pulled it a little earlier in the game. He's trying to go, but those hamstrings can give you an awful lot of trouble.
So Harris being attended to. It's his left leg that they're holding. 4 wides to the near side. Tabor to throw. Looking. Now he's going to step up and take it himself. Slides it around the 40-yard line, just short of the 40. So it'll be 3rd down and about 3.
Well, that's making something out of nothing. Good job by Tabor, looking till that last second, then making some positive yardage out of it.
The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 97.3. Connect with Brian Brummel and the sales staff at Boardwalk Honda on Facebook. 3rd and 4, ball at the 39. 4 wide receivers to the near side. Tabora looking. Now he rolls out. He's pressured. Got some room, He pumps, and he is going to get pushed out of bounds. Did he get it first? We'll see. Very Brian Dawkins-esque on that leap, trying to push him out of bounds over there on the far side of the field, and we'll see where they spot it for Tabora. It appears that he got enough for a first down.
I think he's a little short.
To play. Oakcrest with a touchdown. They trail Millville 48-20 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. It will be fourth down, so he's just short. 4th and 1. Ball at the 42. This could be the ball game here for St. Augustine. They trail by 11. They San Francisco to the near side. Tabora going to throw it. He's looking over the middle, and it is complete to Penny, and he has a first down at the 45-yard line.
And Penny just on a little delay across the middle. Tabora, who had plenty of time, kind of waited till he cleared again, hit him on the numbers. 7:40 to play.
Clock still continuing to roll. They need 2 scores in this one, trailing by 11. Penny comes to the near side. 2 receivers to the near side. Sends a man in motion. That is Snow. Tabora fakes a handoff. Looking, firing, and it's complete and dropped. Penny again dropped it wide open with a first down and plenty of running room.
And as you said, it was a good pass. He hit him on the numbers. You got to make those plays, especially when you're trailing by 11 points with 7:15 to play in the ball game.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 40, their own 45. 3 receivers to the near side. Tabora fakes a handoff. Steps up. He's going to keep it himself. Crosses the 45, short of the 50. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6.
Tabora is 6 foot, 179 pounds, so he's got a little size to him.
He's a sophomore. Both quarterbacks sophomores in this game tonight. They should face off at least one more time, maybe 2, depending on how they realign this thing in a couple of years. Shotgun formation. Back to throw Tabora. Looking over the defense. Plenty of time, and he is going to fire incomplete to Penny, who slides around the first down marker, but incomplete. Cody Sampson right there on the coverage.
Yeah, that was a good effort on everybody's part. Really pretty good coverage by Sampson, and almost a completion to Penny once again.
So this will be 4th and 7. Ball at their own 49. 6:32 to play in the football game. Live video at 973ESPN.com. Thanks to Matt Ulmer from Ulmer's Appliance Service in Ocean City. Let's see what they come up with here, and they're going to call a timeout. With 6:32 to play, 25-14, the Wildcats lead the Hermits. This is 97.3 ESPN's coverage of high school football. At the 48.
It's very possible this could be the ball game as far as St. A's are concerned.
Final score in Hamilton. We'll give you that in a moment. On the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard here, here's a 4th and 7 play. Tabora with an empty backfield. He's going to throw it. Steps up over the middle, and it is complete to Francisco, who he dropped it. He looked like he caught it. He got leveled, though, by a pair of Wildcats, including Salam Horn
and La Fagola. So 2 very tough players, but it was there. It was a good pass. It was up where he could catch it. You just have to hold on.
Hamilton 10, Apsagami 7 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard, and Holy Spirit 31-0 over EHT. 1st and 10, St. Joe's, 6:26 to play. And now they can run some clock. They hand it to Alam Horn, and he gets about 2 on the pickup. With an Apsagami loss, and right now Atlantic City's losing, those 2 teams could be in trouble.
Yeah, I agree. I think after this week you're going to look around and see what the pairings look like.
Millville a winner tonight. Big. Bridgeton a big win tonight as well over Middle, and Buna's winning handily. So the Group 2 teams are doing well. Although Middle lost, which means they're probably in trouble. Horn hands to LaFragola up the middle, who gets a seam and gets near first down yardage. We'll see where they spot it. He crossed the 40 with 5.5 minutes to play in the football game.
I guess it's not quite first down, but I'll tell you, great trap block. And Fragola, as soon as he hits that hole, he's full steam ahead.
Looks like he's short by about a half a yard, so 3rd down and 1. Ball crosses the 40 at the 39. 5 minutes to play. St. Augustine has 1 timeout left. And they're going to hand it to LaFragola again, who's going to lower the shoulder and get a first down. And the St. Joe's faithful understand what's happening. They give a nice golf clap on the other side of the field. They're used to this.
They are used to this, and it's just a great offense, well-structured. Sacco's been running it for years, and they run it to perfection.
Very young, this team as well. So they'll be running to perfection with this group for a while.
Yeah, this is a club that's going to be heard from.
They break the huddle with 4:41 left to play in the football game. And they hand it to the near side to Sampson. Sampson, and he loses a few yards. Good pursuit by the Hermit defense. Dante Enos in there.
And Tim Kennedy, or Kennelly.
His name's been called a lot tonight. That final is Bridgeton 46, Middle 23 on the Atlantic City Electric scoreboard. 2nd and 11, loss of 1. Ball at the 35. Coming up on 4 minutes. Horn. And he hands it to Horn. Horn cuts back the opposite direction, changes direction, and gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
But if James Brady doesn't make a shoestring tackle for that, he's going against the grain, and he could pick up a lot of yardage.
James Brady is a sophomore making the stop. 3rd and 10. It's an overpowering scent of perfume permeating into the press box with 3:30 left to play. Are you familiar with the scent?
Yeah, I think it's Mike McGarry.
3:22 to play, and Horn's going to keep it. He fakes it to LaFragola. He tried to hit the sticks on the outside. A short gain on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Tim Kennelly, once again, looked like he had the angle on him, but Horn just outran him. The only mistake he made was going out of bounds and stopping the clock.
3:10 to play on 4th down and 8. Only 1 timeout, though. It's going to be a very daunting task. They had a 99-yard touchdown earlier in this game. They're going to need a big play like that if they can get the ball back here.
Well, there's only been 5 of those in South Jersey and never one in the Cape Atlantic League till tonight.
Horn pitches. No, he's going to keep it himself. He fires, and it is complete. Complete over the middle to about the 15-yard line. And Alam Horn makes the catch, and that could do it.
A great pattern coming from the left side, coming across the grain. His brother kind of rolls that way and hits him right in the chest.
Little drag, followed him across the field, hit him in stride. So it's 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Under 3 minutes to play. Horn sends a man in motion. He fakes it to the motion man, gives it to LaFragola up the middle, who sprints in for a Wildcat touchdown of 15 yards for C.J. LaFragola. And St. Joe's goes up 31-14.
I'm sure there have been other running backs who hit the hole quick, but I can't name a whole lot of them. He's as quick as anybody I've seen, getting to that hole and doing something with it.
So C.J. LaFragola makes it a 31-14 lead, extra point pending, and the Wildcats comfortably in charge right now. Snap, and the kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:44 left to play in the football game, 32-14, the Cats over the Hermits. The Boardwalk Honda Game of the Week, produced by Prime Events on 97.3 ESPN. Brian Brumell and his professional staff are waiting to serve you at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township. Shoppy's is better online. Remember, you're not presenting the finest trophy unless you're presenting a Shoppy trophy. Call 609-653-1684 for Shoppy trophies since 1921. You can reach Blue Water Graphics at 609-823-8891. Signs, banners, vehicles, windows, whatever lettering, potatoes, plus hand-carved steak, now part of their daily dinner buffet. Make your food dreams come true at Golden Corral, Black Horse Pike, right at the Old Shore Mall. D'Amico catches and brings it out towards the 35-yard line on the return.
And rest assured, they're going to be airing it out.
Trailing 32-14 with the football moving right to left. The Hermits had a 14-12 lead in this game, but have not scored here in the second half. .237 to play in the football game. Three receivers to the far side and whistles. And it's a timeout. Bendable. First and 10 at the 35. Tabora, play action. Throws it over the middle to the seaman. It is caught by Penny at the 45-yard line. Still on his feet, breaks a tackle to the 40, spins out to about the 35-yard line. So it'll be first and 10 in enemy territory.
And Penny's giving it all he's got.
He's had a good game tonight.
It's a good pass by Tabora also.
2:29 to play. They'll start the clock on the spot. Tabora looking, fires over the middle, and it is intercepted. Intercepted at about the 10-yard line by Cody Sampson. His second interception of the night.
And I think that Penny would have at least knocked that away, but he kind of lost his footing down there and couldn't quite get back to make a play on the ball. But still a good defensive job by Cody Sampson. And that just about does it.
So with 2:14 left to play, and St. Joe's, if there's any a team in the league that can run clock, they are probably the number one seed at that. First and 10, ball at the 12. Sampson picks it off. Horn, hands off, right tackle, left tackle.
Still running that trap play up the middle.
It's gotten so ugly in the Flyers game. We got a goalie fight. 7-0 now. Ray Emery with the gloves off.
That's one way to get thrown out.
First and 10. Or, excuse me, second and 8 after a pickup of 2. Ball at the 14-yard line.
But that's not important. What's important now is the clock.
True. For all of us. Second and 8, they hand it up the middle. It'll be third down.
Geez, I guess the A's are wait until this play is run to use their last time out.
La Fragola, remember he transferred over here last year to St. Joe's from Holy Spirit. He was the quarterback there, but he's found a new position and he's playing it well.
But they do have a few plays that he throws the ball.
Third down and 7. Under 50 seconds now as St. Joe's Of course, a heavy favorite in Group Non-Public 1. And on third down, it looks like short of the 15-yard line, it'll be fourth.
Oh, and I guess they're not going to use that last time out.
St. Augustine understands the inevitable. They'll let this clock run. It'll be 4th down and 7. Both teams basically standing around. No one will run a play here, and this is going to be the final score. St. Augustine will fall for the first time this year as St. Joe's defeats St. Augustine. The final score, the Wildcats 32 and the Hermits 14 here in Richland tonight. The Prep will play Pleasantville next week. St. Joe's plays Mainland next week. So both these teams obviously going to be heavy favorites again next week, but second half, too much St. Joe's.
Yeah, and they went with what they do best. The trap play up the middle, and LaFagola was just outstanding again today. He's coming off two great ball games. But something to build on as far as the Augies are concerned. I thought they played pretty well, especially in that first half. It was pretty much an even ball game.
Really was. In fact, they had the lead 14-12, and it looked like they were going to go toe-to-toe. They had the momentum. In that first drive of the second half, Jim, they went 3 and out, did St. Joe. So you thought, okay, here's the momentum that we need. A couple turnovers hurt them.
But what we have said so often is St. Joe's is one of those teams. They've been in tough situations before. They're used to it. Their coach has been around for 100 years. He knows how to win, and he proved that here in the second half.
So you saying you coached against Sacco?